It's time for our final division predictions. Now, we've already laid out in past episodes most of our playoffs teams, but both of us have a couple changes we want to make. But we're going to start with the divisions. We'll start with the AFC, and we're going to list them from worst going to first. I'm going to start. We're going to start with the AFC West. So, for me, my fourth place team, Raiders. I don't buy the new coach. I like Devontae. I'm not huge on your guy, Gardner Minshew. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe the coach will work, maybe not. I think this year they're in kind of a weird spot, not enough talent. Okay, third, Denver Broncos. I'm not buying them being better than the Chargers. I think Bo Nix is going to surprise a few people, play well, but that's just because he's an older guy coming out of college. And the year after this one, I think he's kind of going to look the same as he did in this year because he's already at his ceiling. The Chargers in second place in that division and making the playoffs. That is one of my amendments. I had Pittsburgh in before. I flirted with putting the Dolphins in, but instead I'm going with the Chargers. And one of my main reasons for doing this is looking at NFL playoffs. Historically, there are at least 5 new playoff teams, and I didn't have enough. Now, maybe that's just not going to happen this year, but I think it is. So I put the Chargers in, no Pittsburgh, no Miami, and Chiefs at number 1. I don't know how much I have to explain there. I mean, Patrick Mahomes, he's the best, and there's no one in that division that even comes close.
So the Chiefs, because they're the Chiefs, and they're the best team by far, with the best quarterback by far, and the best coach by a good margin as well. So the Chiefs. Next up, we got the Chargers. I like Jim Harbaugh, and I think Justin Herbert is a pretty good quarterback, Lucas. I think he's not quite a top 5 quarterback, but I'd say a top 10 for sure. And I think a top 10 quarterback can get you second place in a not that strong division.
Fringe top 10, fringe.
Franchise quarterback.
Of course.
Right after that, we got the Denver Broncos because the Raiders are. That's the reason why the Denver Broncos are in third place in my AFC West.
Okay, so we have no disagreement there at all. Brilliant. Yeah. Eli, his Broncos finishing last.
I had trouble choosing that, but not that much trouble.
I had almost no trouble. So he thinks the Raiders in third are going to be better than Denver. I don't know about that, but I guess he loves Devontae Adams. I mean, who doesn't? But all right. And then he has Chargers second, Chiefs first. Of course. There's not too much disagreement there. No one's disagreeing on a first or second place spot. Okay, AFC East. I have Bills winning the division. I know people
reasonable
get fancy and go with Miami, but I think Josh Allen is he's still the guy. Tua has shown he can't beat him. As good as Tua is against the Patriots and Jets is how bad he is against the Bills and really any other team that makes the playoffs. So Bills at number 1. Dolphins number 2. I don't believe in the Jets. They're now the betting favorite to win the division. The Jets are, I'm not the Dolphins. I don't get that at all. Miami, they've went for it big time. Miami's one of the teams like the Niners and the Saints a couple of years ago who have put all their money into trying to win the Super Bowl and have just taken away money from their cap for years and years and years. And now they're really paying the price for it. So Dolphins at 2, not making the playoffs. Jets at 3, not buying the Aaron Rodgers project. I've said this about Saleh this whole time. I didn't know what he is. Now I think he's a bad head coach. I do not think he has control over that team. People are still waiting to see. They're like, well, look at the defense. Okay, but he's not a defensive coordinator anymore. He's a head coach. So that team is a mess. They're loud. They're annoying. I don't know what's happening with Hassan Reddick. And Patriots in 4th just because they're not ready. Rookie head coach. Drake May's not even starting the season. And really, they don't have a lot of talent at all on that team. So not really sure how they're going to play out. So there's my AFCs for you.
Bills are going to win the division. I think that's an easy one. I think they're the Bills. Second place, I actually had a lot of trouble with this, and I did eventually end up choosing the Dolphins, even though I really want to take the Jets because I kind of do believe in the Aaron Rodgers project as long as he can stay healthy. But then again, he's a 40-something-year-old quarterback coming off of blown Achilles. It doesn't sound great. It doesn't. If you just close your eyes and you don't think about who it is, and you're like, a 40-year-old man tore his Achilles and he's going to be a quarterback in the NFL this year, it's like, oh, that's not a good plan.
Yeah. He also hasn't thrown for 300 yards in 23 straight games. Never forget.
Sure. You can say that to Aaron Rodgers hater. Then after Aaron Rodgers and the Jets, you obviously have the Patriots because well, they're going to be quite yes.
Okay, no disagreement there. And Eli has it the exact same way. So we have absolutely no discussion there. I think all of us in the end just gave Josh Allen the nod. Okay, AFC North. I have Bengals at number 1. I'm super high on the Bengals this year. I think Joe Burrow is going to win MVP. I've been saying that for a couple weeks now. I love the talent around him. This is the last year that they're going to have T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, great receiver. I like the defense. I don't love it. The head coach, I'm still kind of weirded about, but we'll see. But he has gone to a Super Bowl, so what can I say about that? And Baltimore Ravens, number 2. Their offseason was rough. They lost a lot of pieces. Patrick Queen, they lost 2 offensive linemen. They lost a ton of staff, including their young stud defensive coordinator, who's now the head coach of the Seahawks. So I'm worried about them, but Lamar Jackson just wins a bunch of games as long as he's healthy. I have no reason to think that he's not going to be. So Ravens at 2. Pittsburgh Steelers at 3. I did have them in my playoffs, but I do not anymore. Their schedule, especially the back end, is absolutely brutal. This division is disgustingly good. I cannot stand their quarterback situation. Even Pittsburgh fans are worried about their wide receiver room. After losing Deontay Johnson, you have George Pickens, but what are they going to do? Roman Wilson at number 2. I don't know about that. Van Jefferson is their 3. How good is Pat Freiermuth? Don't really know. Has Arthur Smith lost his fastball at OC? Maybe. So Pittsburgh at 3. Cleveland Browns at 4. I think them making the playoffs last year is a bit of a fluke. I do love some of their pieces. I hate their quarterback situation. I have no idea. Is Deshaun Watson healthy? Is he not? Jameis Winston is on the team. How come Joe Flacco came off the couch and that offense was clicking with him and Deshaun still can't get it going? I don't know. I like Amari Cooper. I like the defense when they're at home, but on the road, their numbers were way different. So Cleveland Browns in 4th place.
I disagree with that last one quite a bit. So I actually have the Bengals winning.
Okay.
I agree with that. Even though, I don't know, it's maybe just because I haven't seen Joe Burrow be healthy in over a year. But it's just I have a hard time picturing him just doing it, you know?
I'm worried about that too. Yeah, he gets.
Yeah, I have the Bengals winning. I have the Ravens 2nd. I think both teams will make the playoffs.
Oh, so do I, by the way. I meant to say Ravens making it.
I have the Browns in 3rd. I think Deshaun Watson actually started to look decent before he got injured last year.
Wow.
And their defense is good. Although, who knows if Nick Chubb will ever be the same, unfortunately. Kind of talking myself out of these Browns a little bit. Anyway, I have them in 3rd just because of how much I hate the Steelers and their stupid quarterback situation. They're going to be brutal to watch again, dude.
Oh.
Again, it's just going to be the worst primetime games ever.
Really
I have no idea how many they have this year, but even if it's 1, it's going to feel like 7.
They have a bunch. They always have a ton.
Staple my eyes open. You know?
Their market is so massive, so they have so many primetime games, and they're the worst games you'll ever watch.
Celebrate finishing over 500, you know?
I know.
Tomlin.
It's literally like they love mediocrity. They're just like, our head coach has never had a losing record. It's like, yeah,
better believe it. You better.
You guys are just going to get bounced in the first round anyway. Like, what do you guys think?
Stupid.
People are delusional. My roommate here thinks that they can compete for an AFC championship.
That's ridiculous.
He thinks they can. There's a serious chance they get to the AFC championship.
Who's their OC right now?
It's Arthur Smith.
He had Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry and AJ Brown. He made them look really good with Tannehill, so I like that.
Well, Tannehill was decent in that. It was really good in that system, actually.
He was, but here's the problem. After he was the head coach of the Falcons and had Bijan and Pitts and Drake London, and people were trying to gouge their eyes out watching that team.
The Titans with Derrick Henry weren't necessarily that fun to watch either. You know, it was just like we're gonna run it down your throat and then occasionally throw it.
It was like we're gonna run, and then here's a deep ball to AJ Brown or Corey Davis.
But that was only when they got AJ Brown. Before they got AJ Brown, it wasn't very fun.
No, God, it was brutal before that. So I don't really believe in that situation at all. I do think this will be Tomlin's first year ever with a losing record. Their schedule's rough, man. It's really rough, the second half of it. Not to mention that this division is so brutal. Let's see what Eli's got. Hey, he agrees with 4th place for you. Pittsburgh. Not buying it at all. I know he doesn't like Russell Wilson. He's Cleveland in 3rd. He is the Ravens winning the division and Bengals in 2nd. Like, I don't get this.
It's reasonable, honestly. I think it's an easy argument to make.
I don't like it because I keep seeing everyone, if they make a power ranking or something, they keep putting the Niners and the Ravens so high. The Niners I can get because they brought back basically everyone. The Ravens I don't get. They lost a lot of pieces.
So the Ravens were very, very good at winning close games.
Yeah.
Like they always come out on top in these ridiculous teams, and they always have a good record, dude. They're always a good team.
Lamar wins 70+% of his games, but I don't know. Something I don't like. I love the addition of Derrick Henry. I love that. I think he's going to end up in the Hall of Fame, so I don't think he's going to have a down season with the Ravens here, but I don't like it. It's almost like an AFC Championship hangover, where it's like even if they beat the Chiefs in Week 1 on Thursday, I'm still concerned. I think they'll make the playoffs, but they lost a lot, man. They lost a lot.
I honestly had a lot of trouble picking the Bengals over them.
They struggle with Pittsburgh as well a lot, the Ravens. I mean, everyone in this division.
Yeah, but the Bengals struggle with the Browns.
And the Ravens. This division, okay, you know what? It's kind of a fucking division's a mess. Okay. AFC South. In last place, I have the Titans. I don't believe in Will Levis. Sorry. I like how they're trying to go for it to see what they have. I think that's the right decision, but still not buying it. Colts in third. I have to see way more from Anthony Richardson before I could ever believe that I'm moving this team up. I love the head coach. I love Jonathan Taylor. I think he's going to have a great year, like Michael Pittman, but I'm still not buying it because I think this division is pretty solid. Jacksonville Jaguars in second place and making the playoffs. I believe in Trevor. I've been on record saying I think he's going to have a good year. I think Brian Thomas is going to pop off, Evan Ingram. But I'm a realist, okay? The Texans have a better team. They have a better roster. Doug Peterson is on the hot seat for the Jags. So Texans are winning this division. So I've got 2 teams coming out of the South.
I have 3 teams coming out of this division.
You have the Colts coming out.
I got the Titans in fourth. The Jags or the Colts, I actually have them both on both numbers.
Pick
I don't
one.
know. The Jags finishing third, Colts finishing second, and obviously the Texans finishing first.
Why Colts over Jags?
I like the head coach better. I like the team better. I don't like the quarterback better necessarily. I just think sometimes I think I'm a little crazy with Anthony Richardson, and then I'm like, nah. No,
I feel like everyone was so crazy on Anthony Richardson until the season got closer and they were eventually going to have to be challenged on that thought. And they were like, never mind.
No, I'm going to stick with it, and I think the Colts make the playoffs.
3 teams coming out of the South. That's crazy. I wonder when the last time that happened with the AFC South.
I don't think 2 teams are coming out of the AFC East. I don't think 2 teams are coming out of the AFC West. So somebody's got to have 3.
So here's the thing for Eli. He completely agrees with you, other than making the playoffs, but he has it in the exact same order. Texans, Colts, Jaguars, Titans.
Smart man.
We'll see. I hope you both are wrong, so I get to be the only one right, and then my day is made.
Well, don't be
but he only has the Texans making the playoffs out of those teams.
Isn't that the craziest thing I've ever heard?
No, of course not. My final AFC playoff predictions. I tried to put the Bengals at 1 as the 1 seed, but I just couldn't. Their division's too brutal. Chiefs are at 1. I love what they did. I think their team's better on paper now than they were last year, and they won it all last year, and that was their worst year as with Mahomes, basically. So Chiefs are the 1 seed. Bengals are the 2 seed. Joe Burrow for MVP. Bills winning the division at 3. Texans at 4. Ravens at 5. My boy Trevor Lawrence at 6. The Jaguars. And the Chargers at 7. The NFL, not only does it say you should have at least 5 new playoff teams, but it also says you should have a team that goes from finishing 4th one year to finishing 1st the next year. And I took the easiest one in the Bengals because I don't see any other team doing it.
Well, you know what I say to Don?
You love it.
You don't tell me what to do.
Okay.
All right, so obviously the Chiefs are going to win it all. The Chiefs are going to win the AFC because they just win. It doesn't matter how much you think they're going to lose and how dumb they look and whatever, they win.
They
got rid of Kadarius Toney, so that's like 2 more wins last year that they should have had. Bengals are going to finish 2nd. Bills 3rd. Texans 4th.
Wow.
Ravens 5th.
Wow, that's the exact – okay.
Yeah. Jags 6th. And then we got the Colts, baby. They're going to squeeze into those playoffs.
You and I have the exact same order except for the 7 seed.
I mean, it's not that crazy. The division winners go first 4, so that makes it easier to put the Ravens 5th.
Yeah, that makes sense, kind of. But you're still saying like the Jags could be better. I mean, okay, fine if you don't believe that, but then you believe the Texans are going to be worse.
Oh, wait. I have the Colts finishing above the Jags. Swap them.
Right. Okay, so at least we got two differences. But so you think the Bills are also going to be better than the Texans?
You'll see.
Well, I did see you just laid
No. You'll continue to see as we proceed.
Okay. Oh, sure. Okay, Eli has Ravens still is the 1 seed. He doesn't think that they've really dropped off at all. Chiefs in 2nd. Texans, he is 3rd, finishing ahead of the Bills in 4th, so that's different than both of us. He's the Bengals as a wild card at 5. He's Miami as the 6th. And he's the Jets as 7. Wow, he had the Jags in earlier as well, so he took them out, stuck in the Jets, not a Trevor Lawrence believer. So, wow, he's got Aaron Rodgers in there.
I mean, I wanted to do it so bad because if he does stay healthy, I do think they're going to be really good.
Oof, I really don't. Last time we saw him fully healthy, the Packers weren't really good.
Yes, but it's just watching. Like, I can't bring myself to believe that he'll never be that guy because every time I've done that, he's just smashed the Cowboys.
Okay.
Or,
You're letting star bias.
Post-traumatic Rodgers disorder.
Yeah, the Cowboys have lost a lot of playoff games to the Packers and the Niners. Pretty
in the
great.
most ways, too.
It's brutal.
It's horrendous.
The last one was the nicest one, though.
It's like a slide.
No, that was Jordan Love beating them last year.
The slide against, I don't even remember who we were playing. That'll haunt me forever.
I think that was the Niners.
Yeah, probably.
Slide. The Dak slide, the Zeke getting blown up as the center. Oh, what beautiful memories.
Slide is nuts.
The only team ever to lose to a 7 seed last year and get absolutely slaughtered. Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
God, I love Dallas for that.